Hi, I'm Josh Ratliff. I'm the Professional Development Specialist at WVEIS WOW, and I'm joined today by Karen Daly.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, and Karen is a Technology Integration Specialist at Cabell County. And today we're going to get into one of our, probably our most well-known program in WVEIS, and that is STU.301, and that's the one that's it does like basic student information, allows you to look up students based on certain criteria. So we're going to get started. If you're not already, you can go ahead and log in and go through this with us. I am already logged in, so I'm just going to jump over here to menus. Now don't be alarmed when you see this, because I have a lot of menus. Based on the job that I do, it requires me to have a lot of stuff in here. Most teachers are probably not going to see nearly as many menus as I do, so don't be alarmed by that. But your menu will be in the same place that mine is. It's in SMS, which stands for Student Management System, SMS 100, and then we're going to go right here to STU.301, STU.301. The other way that I like to get there is just by typing it in the box. You can type in STU.301, and it's going to jump straight to the application and open it up for us.
Now, Josh, I'm not familiar with this software program at all, so I hope that you're going to be able to show me some things.
We are. We're going to start at the bare basics.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And I'll just give everybody a fair warning that's watching the video on the internet. I'm going to have to blur out a lot of sensitive information with student names and phone numbers and all that. So you'll be able to see what's on there, but not be able to make out what it is. Okay, so just tell you that up front, that if it looks blurry, it's not the computer acting up or whatever. It's just the way that we've done that to protect sensitive information.
Right. We want to be hold our students' confidentiality.
Yep, that's right. Okay, so let's start over here with district. Most people, unless you're in a RESA position or something else, you're just going to have the single district. So we'll go leave that the same, and I will change the school.
I see all of our schools in our district listed.
Yeah, and again, if you're a teacher in one building, you won't have a list of schools to choose from.
Okay.
That's just because of me being a recent employee and being able to, navigate through those. Most people are going to be the same. Now, this is what we're going to focus on today, is this little box. I know a lot of people can look up students using the box, but they don't realize what all it can do.
Josh, about the only thing that I know that this program will do is by looking up students by their last name.
Right. That's kind of the most common use for it, is that, you could come in and say, hey, I'm looking for a student by a certain last name, and you could just type the name in the box. For example, we could do Adkins and hit enter, and it's going to return all the students who are in the school with the last name Adkins. But I'll point something out right away that's going to come in really handy during this training is, if you notice over here on the side, there is a count, like a total count.
Oh, I see. There's 16 Adkins in Central City Elementary.
Now, whether or not that's particularly useful for you or not, I don't know. But when we get into some of these other uses for it, you may say, oh my gosh, that's incredibly helpful to be able to jump straight to that and have a count of how many students fit that certain criteria. So yeah, a lot of people do know that you can search by last name, but let me show you something else. You can also search by a student's ID number. So if I have an ID number, I can type in the ID here, and it will look for all the students in this school with that ID number.
Well, there should be only one student, right, with that ID number?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And so I found the student, and it pulls you straight to it. Okay, so I can look at the tabs, which we won't get into, but yeah, so it'll jump straight to that student with that ID number, which is really helpful.
And it gives you pertinent information like the phone number and the age and the grade. Okay, good.
Exactly. Now let me show you another one. Have you ever been looking for a student and you say, that kid is Johnny Miller or Mills or Mill? I don't remember exactly.
You're asking me. Right. I'm always doing stuff like that.
In that case, you're going to love this one.
Okay,
so
good.
If there is a part of a name that you know, but you're not exactly sure, you can do a star at the end of the name. So if I want to search for, in our case, we may do M star, M-I-L star, and now this will give us all the kids who are Miller, Mills, or whatever. So I can just return that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And then there you go. There's a list of all the students in the school. Yeah, that fit that criteria.
Okay.
Okay. Now I know another one that people like to do a lot. They like to search for people who have a certain tag, a certain WVEIS tag. So let's say, for example, you're the school nurse, and you need to know every student in the building who has an allergy.
Or if I'm doing lunchroom duty and I need to know the kids that have allergies.
That's a perfect example.
Okay.
So what you can do is you type in the word tag, T-A-G, with a space, and then whatever tag it is that you're looking for. So the example we're using is allergy. The allergy tag is ALL.
Okay.
Okay, and if you don't know the allergy tags, there's some research that you can do. In fact, we may do another training on that or point you towards some research.
Okay, that's good.
Some resources that'll show you all the tags. But if I do tag space ALL for allergy.
And we're still at Central City. Okay,
that's right.
Good.
I can hit the return button, and it's going to give me all the students in the school who have an allergy. Now look, there's our count again. 33 students who have been tagged with allergy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay, good.
So there's other things too. I had an example one time where somebody had came in and they said, "Please excuse my son today at 2:30. Call me if you have any questions." Signed with the parent's signature and a phone number.
Oh.
So I had the parent's signature. I knew the parent's name and I had a phone number, but I had no idea who the kid was. It just said, "Please excuse my child."
Yeah.
So what I did was, you can type this in. You can search by a phone number. So let's say I have 304, and I'm going to put the hyphen there. Just typing in the phone number, and then enter, and it will look for that kid who has that phone number assigned with them. Now you may be wondering, why is it returning 3 kids? These kids are all associated with that phone number. Yeah, so it could be a parent, has 3 kids there, but at least it would narrow it down for them.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
There are some others that you're probably going to like. Have you ever been asked, how many boys do you have in school? Or how many girls?
Oh, sometimes like the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts come in and ask those things.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So another tag that you can, or another way that you can use the search box is you can just type in a gender tag like MALE for male, and just type that in, and it's going to return all the students.
And there's 327 records.
That's right. You're getting used to that, yeah. And that's another convenient feature. So now we know in the school we have 327 who have a student identifier as being male.
Okay. Josh, who puts in the identifiers? Who puts in the tags?
That comes through student enrollment.
Okay.
So, and that leads us into our next one really well. Let's say I enroll a student and they make a note on there, we speak Spanish at home.
Okay.
And now you need to look that up.
Okay. How many Spanish speaking?
Yeah, right. So I can type that in too. Spanish as a student identifier, return that, and I'm going to see that there's 3 records. There's 3 students at our school who speak Spanish at home.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
There's one more that I'll show you, and that's to identify students by class. So if I type in 0K for kindergarten, and I hit enter on that, it's going to return all the students, again, 114 students who are in kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah, and that would be the same thing for any grade level.
Okay.
So let's say I wanted to search 3rd grade. It's a 2-digit, so I can't just type in a 3. Instead, I'm going to type in 03. Yeah,
okay.
2-digit, and then hit the return on that, and now it will show me all the people who are in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yes. Now, if since those are underlined, can you click on a child and get more information?
Yes, exactly. This is all I've done right now is just return the list of students who have that certain identifier. But if I click on the student, I'll actually go into that student's information.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then you can have all the information.
Right, yeah, you have access to all the tabs. And of course, we're going to do other training videos on the tabs, so we won't get into that right now. But that will take you straight into really what the meat of STU.301. So,
okay.
Any other questions?
No, I think I have a handle on it.
It's a lot more than just a last name search, isn't it?
It is, certainly. And it would be something that I think that the teachers would find very useful.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
All right.
That's very helpful.
Yeah, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome. Anytime.